Perry, did you know from the beginning that this is where you were going to be early on in your recruitment? I mean, was there ever any doubt that you would come here?
Um, I mean, I don't really see myself growing up. I didn't see myself going anywhere else, so I kind of knew for a long time.
You can't miss it all in the 4 years, but what's it been like here for you, this experience?
And it's been great. I would say each year, I've had more and more fun, got better and better, and I'm just looking to finish strong.
Coach Self said that he was there for your first high school game. Do you remember that interaction? Do you remember seeing him there and thinking that's Self?
Yeah, I did. We played at WSU for the first game, and I was pretty nervous. It was different, a lot of people, and I do remember him sitting there, looking over and seeing him, so it was pretty cool.
Do you remember how you did that game and if you made a good impression on him?
That game, I did fairly well. I made some. I remember making some crucial free throws late in the game, which was pretty big.
Chance to be top 10 in scoring and rebounding in this school's history, in this program's history. What could that mean to you?
Oh man, that's an honor. Before I came, I had no idea. I would be in this position. It's just definitely a blessing, and just trying to, just go out each game, and just try to do the best I can, and it's just great to know that.
Barry, you commented at Media Day that you had a specific goal of reaching the Final Four since you hadn't been there yet in your time here. What do you feel like? What's your judgment of this team's progression so far this season? Try to put itself in a position to be a contender for that sort of thing.
I think we have a great team, and I feel like we've been doing really well. The key has been just taking it game by game, and that's what we have to do if we want to get to that point. You can't look ahead; you have to live in the moment.
Barry, you've been here for 4 of Jamari's 5 years. In your 4 years here, what examples of personal growth from Jamari have you seen?
From a vocal standpoint in the locker room, I'm saying he's grown so much, to where, he's speaking out his mind to the team now, and I mean, I would say that's the biggest growth I've seen.
He came up kind of rough. Has he ever talked to you about what that was like?
Not much, Coach brings it up sometimes, in huddles and things of that sort, but he really doesn't speak on it much.
Does he kind of give you a dimension of having a vocal leader that even though he's coming off the bench, the team kind of needs?
Definitely. Him, no matter how the game goes, he's always gonna be the same. He's gonna bring something to the table every game, and that's huge.
Do you expect to be emotional on Saturday?
Never know. You never know. Just gonna see what happens.
Will you write out your speech beforehand?
I don't think I'm gonna write it out. I've just been thinking about, just trying to formulate a lot of things I want to talk about and kind of go from there.
Do you enjoy speaking to kids groups?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's something, I've done a lot of up to this point. I'm looking to do more in the future.
Coach mentioned that your consistency is a strength. How much pride do you take in that, being consistent game to game?
I take a lot of pride in that. That's something, I've been definitely working on and trying to think about so I can stay consistent. It's just really just trying to bring the same amount of effort each game, and I've grown each year in that department, I would say.
What do you think about when you think in those terms?
Just really just in the moment, just thinking each play, I'm gonna try to go as hard as I can and attack each play and just kind of thinking like that in the moment.
If you were an NBA GM, nobody knows you better than you. If you were an NBA GM, what would one thing that you would know that maybe isn't obvious to someone who just scouts a game that would make you an even better prospect than they know?
It's tough. I'm not really sure. how to answer that.
Will you work on it?
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not really sure.
There have been things you talk about kind of expanding your range, you know, shoot the basketball, we've seen you handle the ball more. If there's some things specifically this year that you think have expanded your game to the level of what will help you?
Yeah, I would say the range and then ball handling has gotten a lot better. I feel a lot more comfortable with the ball in my hand, and I think that's definitely been a plus.
When you went to LeBron's camp, did he meet with you one-on-one to tell you what you need to work on?
Not individually. He just kind of talked to us collectively as a group, like in sessions and stuff like that, but not individually.
What do you think your chances are of NBA?
I think they could be pretty good. I'm just gonna try to do the best I can, and it's all in God's hand after that.
Is there an NBA player that you watch and you say, hey, his game reminds me of mine?
Not really. I really don't have one I really can pick out like that. I could say I really thought about.
Perry, a lot of people go through life angry and carrying grudges. It seems like you're never angry at anybody, and you keep anger out of your life. How do you do that, if that's true?
Yeah, I definitely try to keep it out. Just try to have a free mind. You see so much stuff in the world. Where you just don't want to take a day for granted. So that's kind of how I'm thinking.
Barry, was there a favorite player you had who was from Kansas or from Wichita? I mean, from this state or from Wichita when you were growing up?
I didn't. Yeah, I would say I didn't.
Has it hit you yet that you have one more game in this building?
A little bit. I think it really will when I walk out with my family and stuff. So, but it has a little bit.
What's your favorite memory in here?
Favorite memory? It would have to be. It would have to be the West Virginia game last year when I got hurt and came back and just seeing the team grind out that win and the fans was just behind us, and it was awesome.
Barry, you thought about leaving after last year. How has this year gone? Was this a good decision?
Oh, it was a great decision. Like I said, I feel like I've gotten so much better, so much more confidence as a player, and it's definitely been a plus, I feel.
Anything else? Thanks, Barry.
Yep.
I mean, the other three seniors, the three other seniors.
What's up, guys? Never been here before.
And what's this experience been like for you? Your dad played here, and then you came here and you've had a good run. What's it been like?
Well, it's been unreal. I grew up around here. I've been coming to games for as long as I can remember, and it's just been a dream come true to be able to have a senior night and to play in front of all these fans and just have an opportunity to be a small part of this program. It's been a dream come true. Everything I could have ever wished for has come true.
Coach Self talked about watching you grow up. What's the earliest memory you have of meeting Coach Self?
I think he was in the hiring process to hire a staff, and his wife and Tyler came over to my house actually, and I remember that was the first time I met Tyler, and we all hung out, had dinner and everything, and that was the first time me and Tyler played one-on-one. I let him beat me so my dad could get a job. But, yeah, that was the first memory. It's been all positive.
Has he ever beaten you since, or you?
No. Had some battles, though.
Did you ever consider playing for your dad instead of coming to Kansas?
Yeah, definitely. It always was my dream to play here at KU, but then he got the job at Tulsa right as I was done with New Hampton, my prep school. And so it was a really tough decision. I had some long, stressful nights, some long talks with my parents, and ultimately it came down to just following my dreams of wanting to play for Kansas. And it would have been great if my dad was here, but he had an unbelievable opportunity at Tulsa. And so he followed his dreams, and I got to follow mine, and we both made the best decisions for each other or for ourselves.
Do you remember anything he said or questions he might have asked you when you were trying to make a decision?
Not really. Just basically, just what do you want to do? What's been your dreams? What's been your lifelong goals? And he's realized that I've always wanted to be a Jayhawk, and he knew how cool of an opportunity it would be to come here and play for Coach Self and to be a walk-on in this program. So I definitely learned a lot from the whole experience. I've grown up so much, and it's just been an awesome experience.
When you mentioned growing up here, and so you grew up in Kansas, kind of what would you think where Perry Ellis stands among all-time players out of this state? And I know you don't know Kansas basketball history, maybe completely in-state, but where would you think maybe he ranked?
It's just different just because I played some AAU ball with Perry, and I've played against Perry from like third grade on, and so I've always seen him as more of a friend and a peer. And it's when you try and compare him to, I don't know a bunch of the other great basketball players from Kansas like I do Perry, but Perry, he's definitely one of the best people I've ever met. Basketball wise, I've never met anyone who can score like him. He just has a natural ability to score the ball, put the biscuit in the basket. But he's just, overall, I would say he's one of the best to come out of the state.
His consistency somewhat amazing. What he does night in, night out.
Definitely. You guys saw during that K-State game, we were all worried about him when he got those stitches in his head, and things it was a little uneasy for a little bit, because he's always been our rock this season, the past few years actually, and he's someone we can always count on just for consistency and to be there night in, night out.
What's your favorite Perry Ellis old man joke?
I don't know. I'm older than Perry. People don't. It's hard to say. He liked the one I think where he was like, "Yeah, I'm 74 years old according to my Wikipedia page" or something like that.
What do you think of playing next to Frank on Saturday?
That'll be fun. I haven't really had that opportunity out at the Fieldhouse in front of everyone. Frank's such a good point guard. He could play with anyone, He's so good at what he does. He can get in the paint, score on anyone, make plays for others, and he does a good job of making other guys look really good. He can drop it off to Perry, drop it off to Hunt, all those type of things. He's someone who I'm really going to look forward to playing with.
What's it going to mean to have your dad here, in addition to the rest of your family? But he could have had a game.
Right.
What's it mean to have him here?
It means a lot. He knows how cool of an opportunity it is to have a senior night, and that's something me and my mom have talked about as well. Just to be able to be recognized and to play here for 4 years and to get my degree coming in May, it's it's going to be a great opportunity just to celebrate my 4 years with my whole family. My dad taking the time out of his schedule to come here is something that I think is really cool. He didn't have to do that. He's about to have the ACC tournament coming up here pretty soon, and it's a hectic time. So it just means a lot to have his support, him and my mom and my sister, to come all this way.
Could you describe for us the presence that Jamari carries with this team?
He's a great leader. He's someone he's seen it all. He's been around for the longest amount of time of anyone on the team. So everyone listens to him. Whenever he talks, people listen because he knows what he's talking about. He has one of the highest IQs on the team, highest basketball IQs, and he's a really smart basketball player. Whenever there's someone like ask a question, the first one they go to is him. And so like even myself, like whenever I have a question about what the bigs are supposed to be doing, he's the first one I go to, him and Landon. And so his presence is really just like it's a calming presence, but he also brings the energy a lot. You know, we see plays that he makes that not many other people can make, and he's someone who we look to for all different types of things. But he's a great leader, a great teammate, great person.
Has it hit you yet that Saturday's going to be your last game in here as a player?
Definitely. It's going to hit me even harder on Saturday, but it's something I've been thinking about for the past, I think, once we had 5 games left, Coach was like, hey, seniors, you only got 5 more times around in that tunnel. And ever since then, it's kind of just been like, where'd the time go, you know? Because I remember my first game running out, and I didn't think this day would come like it has. It's been a quick one.
You mentioned being proud to be a small part of this. What do you think you'll be remembered for when people think about you? Obviously, you're Danny's son. That's part of it. But for your time here, for these last 4 years, what do you hope anyway?
Well, really, the most important thing to me is that I'm a good teammate. You know, KU has a great following, but they don't see the ins and outs of the program every day. And so my main concern is to make sure I'm helping someone get better each and every day. If I leave that impact on the program and on the guys who've been here before, that's something that I'll take great pride in and I'll be really happy about. But hopefully people will see that my energy on the bench, just always having a smile on my face and just wanting guys to compete and helping out in whatever way possible. I hope people notice that. And the whole red teams, what we call each other, the walk-ons, we try and do a great job of making sure guys are ready, know what the other team's running, and if they have any questions, to make sure they can come to us if they don't want to, if there's a coach not around or something like that. So just to be a great teammate, help guys get ready, and hopefully help guys compete at the highest level they can.
When you do that scout team stuff, do you guys assign your buddy healed today or your so-and-so, and if so, who's your favorite person that you've been able to sort of over these last 4 years?
There have been so many great players we've played against, but it'll be whoever scout it is for the coaches, they'll come in and they'll assign who's who. And so they'll tell you what their tendencies are. They send us film before each time, and a lot of times we watch that just to try and pick up on what they do, their go-to moves. The coaching staff does a great job of getting guys ready and making sure we know how to play, just to emulate their games. But a fun one for me was Magruder for K-State. He would run off all these single-double ball screens down in the paint, and I just remember Travis Relaford was guarding me, and it was like the best practice I ever had. I think I made like 3 shots in a row and on Travis, so that was a pretty big deal for me, but that was a lot of fun. But there have been a lot of great players that we've got to try to be, just to get guys ready.
To hear you describe your role, it's very similar to teammates of Dean Smith describing his role when he was a Kansas player and didn't get in many games or anything. He went on, chose the right profession, and that helped prepare him for it. Is that something you can see yourself doing?
First of all, I do not want to compare myself to Dean Smith. He's a legend. Hopefully one day I can be a coach or help guys get ready for games in some similar manner. But that would be a really cool opportunity to have, and hopefully I do pick the right profession when it comes to it. But coaching that'd be pretty cool, I think.
So you don't have definite plans for after you're done in the spring?
This summer I'm going to be working for a company called Pro Camps. They come on and they put on fantasy camps and a lot of football and baseball camps all around the country. They do Coach Self's fantasy camp here in April. So I'll be moving to Cincinnati, which is where they're based out of, and I'll be working on the operations side. So getting things set up and things of that nature.
Traveling around to different camps that they put on?
That's the goal. Yep, hopefully. You got kind of have to work your way up to get into that position there, but hopefully I can get to that.
Anything else, Greg?
Cool. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Evan.
His first last day.
I know.
Jesus Christ. I didn't stop when I started.
Did you write that?
This? Yes. I wrote this like a year ago. Yeah, this is.
Snickerdoodle that was screaming at me.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta take one for the team.
I had to rescue it.
Yeah. Especially if, there's a bunch more. Usually get later in the afternoon, it's like 2 left, like, well, they hate that these they don't work for it.
I can see it coming like, Hunter, did Coach Self recruit you heavily out of high school?
Yes, sir. Yeah, he recruited me out of high school. I met with a couple of the assistant coaches that he'd sent down, and I met Danny because he was there at the time. So yeah, they definitely recruited me out of high school.
And when you decided to transfer, was this kind of the spot you knew? I mean, how did you end up here the second time?
I think Coach Self and my dad were talking a little bit, and then of course I talked to him some, and at that time everything was kind of still up in the air. But I mean, like I said, we were just kind of feeling out the options, and then of course Coach Self was there, and that's just kind of how we felt the way we needed to go.
How are you doing health-wise?
Not doing too bad. Ankle's a little bit tender still, but I mean it's getting a lot better. It's a lot better than it was a few weeks ago.
How did you hurt it? It must have been really bad.
Yeah, I just I think I went up for like a rebound or something, and I came down on top of somebody's shoe and kind of rolled it over. It's happens like that a lot.
Coach said you mentioned you've sacrificed a lot kind of to get to this kind of senior day, and maybe it hasn't all gone according to plan in your mind. But can you sum up what this year's meant, what the past couple of years have meant for you here, and even if it didn't work out maybe exactly how you wanted it to?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely been fun. I've learned a whole lot. I've got to hang out with some pretty good people. I got to be around one of the best programs in the country. So I mean, just that in itself is reward enough. I'm happy to be where I am, and I'm looking forward to senior day. So.
How much of an impact do you think you can still have in the tournaments if your ankle gets right and are called upon to?
I mean, I think I can have a pretty big impact. I mean, like you said, if the ankle gets where it needs to be, and if I'm ever in a situation where they need me to step up and do whatever they need me to do, then I'll do my best to get whatever they need done. So I'm just like I have been, just ready.
Landon the other day after the Texas game said that sometimes you'll put on some country music in the weight room. Are you about the only country fan in the?
There's a couple, but I might be the only one on the team. There's a couple people that actually work in the weight room that don't mind it. So sometimes I walk in and it's already on. So I ain't got to worry about it. But other times I got to put it on.
Do any of your teammates kind of drag their feet sometimes at that? Or?
No, they shouldn't. I listen to everything that they want to listen to. So, but I'd probably say Rico Gathers, probably from Baylor. He's pretty big old guy, you know. So I'd probably say him.
What about on the Jayhawks the last few years?
Tarek was pretty physical. Of course, Landon was pretty physical, but I'd probably go with Tarek when he was there. He was real physical whenever we'd go in practice against each other. So.
What are your future plans?
At this point, I have no clue. So I figure I'm about right where most college kids are as far as figuring out what they're doing. But you know, just kind of keep going with basketball right now, and then hopefully, you know, whatever opportunities come after that, you know, I can, you know, get together with the family and explore those options if I have them.
Perry's another senior. You've actually gone against him in practice. What is it like going against him?
It's fun, you know. It's really fun, you know, because he's a great player, you know, and it's always fun to get to guard him because, you know, there's really no telling what he's going to do. You know, he's really smart, you know, with how he plays and his footwork and everything. So, you know, it's always fun to get to go against him just because it's, you know, it's a challenge just to try and stop him, you know, and sometimes you stop him and sometimes you don't. So, you know, it's a little up and down, but I mean, it's all good because everybody's getting better.
What will your emotions be like on Saturday?
I mean, I really don't know. I mean, I'll be emotional about it, but I mean, I don't plan on shedding any tears. Not that I haven't enjoyed my time here, but you know, just 16,000 people. I'm not gonna cry in front of them, I don't think. So, but no, I mean, I'm definitely gonna miss, you know, everything that I put in to being here and everything that's been, you know, that hopefully I've earned. I mean, I don't want to say anything's been given, but yeah, I mean, I think like I said, I've got to hang out with a lot of good people and meet a lot of new people and hang out with teammates and get to know a lot of people and stuff like that. So I think the combination of that and just realizing that, you know, I'm going to be leaving this close-knit bubble would probably be the biggest emotional part, you know. And then, of course, basketball being over with, I mean, that's definitely going to be rough as far as the college part of it goes. But, I mean, I think I'll be, you know, just in the moment and kind of, I think I'll be happy for it. You know, I'll have a lot of family here. You know, I'm surrounded by a lot of people that I've come to know over the years. So, I mean, I think it'll be more of a happy occasion than a sad one.
You had to bet on one of the other three seniors shedding a tear. Which one would you?
I don't know. That's tough. We've actually had a little bit of a discussion over that on who was going to. I don't know. I might say Evan, maybe. I don't know. I mean, like I said, so hopefully I won't be, but you never know.
What do you think of the team's chances this postseason?
I think if we keep doing things the way we're doing and stay focused and make sure, you know, to get to where we can close out games and make statements, you know, with teams that we need to make statements with, I think that's going to be a big part of it. I think if we do that and, like I said, stay focused and then keep playing, you know, how we've been playing, then I think we'll have a pretty good chance.
What do your parents do for a living?
My dad works for a gas company in Jonesboro, and then he does National Guard stuff too. And then my mom works at Arkansas State University. She works over there doing like admissions type stuff. So.
Anything else for him? Thanks, man.
Appreciate y'all.
It must be what he's talking about. The National Guard. Yeah, maybe. There's those supplies over there, all that stuff.
Voted in February of 2015.
Tears down.
You want a water or something?
I'm good.
No.
This is gonna be it on Saturday?
A little bit. I just feel like these past couple of days has been like that pretty much the whole time. These last couple of weeks actually. So it really didn't hit me as hard as it was on Saturday. So yeah.
Coach Self mentioned earlier that your mother showed you some tough love growing up, and that you're now you understand that she was right. Can you think of any examples where she showed you some really tough love, and at the time you thought it was wrong, and now you know it was right?
As far as tough love goes, I mean, my mom, yeah. I don't know if I could say a lot of it on camera, but yeah, my mom's just been hard on me. She just knows. She really just wanted to prepare me for life, I guess. Everything wasn't gonna be easy for me, and she just wanted to, I guess, make sure I learned things on my own, I guess. So I don't know. As far as that, nothing going. Oh yeah, like nothing gonna be handed to you and everything. So.
When you had to sit out your first year, did you ever give any thought to not staying?
No, I probably never really thought I would not be here. Actually, that was probably the last thing that ever gone in my head. I figured when I first got here, this place I wanted to be in. I never really thought about leaving. So.
Motivated did that whole situation make you to graduate and we graduated?
Yeah, definitely. When I first got here, I just feel like I was. Some people were trying to rule me out before I even step foot here. So just had to hit the books, and I got my degree now. So it's not the end of the world that happened. So.
Perry talked about how you've really emerged as a vocal leader on the team. Coach Shelf was looking for one of those earlier in the season. How much pride do you take in having that role?
I mean, it's huge for me because I feel like the things that I do when I go out there and I bring energy and I go out there and put my body on the line and stuff like that, and the younger guys see that, and I kind of demand that from them. I feel like that set the tone for the game, and I feel like it set the tone for our season pretty much. Whenever we go out there, before we even go out there, I'm telling guys we gotta get it on defense and stuff like that. So I feel like I can just go out there and I can talk to anybody, and then in the same way, I guess anybody can come to me if I'm not on my game. So.
Have you thought at all about your speech, and are you going to write it before?
No, I talked to Coach, and I was like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna say, and he just told me just say what's from the heart. So I didn't practice anything, so I'm just gonna wing it when I go out there.
I'm sure he said they have a time.
Yeah, he said that, but hey, who knows?
Hard, but a certain amount of time.
Yeah, he usually say like 5 minutes, but I don't know. I might go a little bit over it.
Mark, you talked about this before, but how did KU find you?
They were actually recruiting DeAndre Daniels. I think he ended up going to UConn, and we both went to IMG. And I think they said I was in the gym and I was dunking and stuff like that, and they kind of opened their eyes to me, and then they started recruiting me there.
Was it Coach Townsend? Or
I think it was Coach T.
Have you ever thought about how your life might be different?
Yeah, I actually do a lot. Actually, I probably could have went to a different college and had a lot of different teammates and a lot of different friends, and just in the alternate universe, it'd probably be a lot different. So, yeah.
Coach has always talked about how you're one of his all-time favorites. I just wonder what you think when you hear that.
This mean a lot to me. I know he loves me off the court. You know, my personality. I guess I'm a lot different, and it speaks to him because I'm so different, and he's like an old dude, you know. He try to understand me sometimes, you know, and I feel like that's really cool. So I got nothing but love for Coach Self.
Which dunk was better, K-State or Texas?
It had to be probably the Texas dunk. So, yeah. Had to give a shout out to Devontae for throwing me the pass for that.
How many times have you watched the replay of that?
Man, my Twitter has been like nonstop. Like I can't like even get on Twitter without seeing it up there. So, yeah, I've seen it a lot of times actually.
Did you see the picture with all the reaction shots shots?
Oh yeah, pretty much seen everything, honestly. So yeah.
Do you have a favorite reaction shot from
Favorite reaction.
Carlton? Had a pretty good
Carlton had a good one. Though. My least favorite reaction was Coach. Like I was walking to the sideline. He's like, "Hey, get to the free throw line, Mark. Come on, it's over with." And I was like, "Come on, man, we can't have some fun a little bit." So yeah.
Were you upset it was only third on ESPN?
No, I mean it's up there, so it's cool. I mean, I'm just happy somebody saw it. Yeah, I take that though.
Did you ever get up higher in your life, you think? Have you ever been higher than that in your life?
Higher than that, I don't know. Probably in practice or something, but never been like probably on camera maybe.
Your freshman year, when you practiced but didn't travel with the team, is that correct?
Mhm.
Were you able to go though to the final? Were you able to go to New Orleans?
Yeah, we had to like hitchhike our own rides. Me and Ben there, like it was tough. We found rides with friends that were going down there and just went with them.
But you did get down there.
Yeah, we went with some friends. Yeah.
What would it mean to be able to? Perry's talked about not wanting to leave here without experiencing the Final Four.
Yeah, that's our goal. I mean, we winning out games. I mean, when you go out there, you want to win every game. So it's pretty much our goal. So, we put ourselves in a good position so far. We got a lot of work to do still. Man, it's not over. We're not happy with where we at, and we can still do better. But that's definitely our goal.
Have you stayed in touch with Ben? Are you guys?
Oh yeah, I talked to him yesterday. He's talking about he wanted to get one of my rings because I got 5 now, so he wanted me to loan him one. But yeah, that's funny.
Self said you had a lot of battles with Thomas Robinson at practice. Is he the toughest guy?
Yeah, he's so big, and I feel like sometimes in practice I like get under his skin, and he would get mad at me sometimes because I go so. And at the time I was kind of young, kind of like how Shaq does me now, kind of like just everywhere, So it's good.
Was Devontae's pass too high? Is that why you had to go up that high?
Nah, it wasn't that high. We actually practice that in practice every day. We do like press break drill, and we finish it off like pretty much the same way. So that's how we were kind of ready for it.
Seems like the team's playing a lot better defense the past month or so, but how would you compare it to maybe the past couple of years?
Yeah, I just feel like we just been getting after it. These past couple of years, I feel like my freshman year, the team that went to the national championship game, they were a great defensive team, and I feel like we this last month or so we've been pretty much getting after it defensively. I think guys been only shooting like 35% against us, and I feel like that's one of the reasons why we've been so effective. I feel like we just been locking up, and everybody's been focused on scouting report, and everybody's just locked in, and everybody just knows it's important. We just got to win. So.
Favorite Perry Ellis story from your time here?
Favorite Perry Ellis story? I don't remember what game it was, but maybe it was like last year at Texas, and we always getting on him like he's never like Perry would do like a great move, and then he'd just run back on defense like nothing, but he was doing moves, and he'd just give a smile and wink to the bench, and we'd just go crazy when he do stuff like that. When he just show a little personality, I feel like get us more fired up. So I think it was at Texas last year, and then he did like a crazy move, and then he just looked to the bench and he smiled and winked at us, and we just kind of put a fire into some more, and we just kept going. So that's probably like the most hype I've seen Perry.
I was gonna say that doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, that's probably it. That's probably like the highest Perry moment.
You got to ask another player too. You got a favorite Perry Ellis old man joke?
Perry Ellis old man joke. We see it on Twitter sometimes, and they talk. I think they like Photoshop his head on the like Will Chamberlain's body, and they changed like his Wikipedia page or something to like he was born in like Fog Allen was his coach or something like that. So it's funny.
What about Mickelson and his story?
Hunt, he's crazy. Favorite story about Hunt? Let me see. Favorite story about Hunt? Yeah, I don't know. I got to think. It's kind of caught me off guard with favorite story about Hunt. But yeah, he's just crazy.
Is he physical too in practice?
Definitely. He's people don't know he's one of the funniest guys on the team. He always got like a little smart remark in practice sometimes, and always get everybody laughing. So.
Jamari, after this team sort of flat spotted after that first OU game, what did the leadership on this team do to try to get that turned around after that little losing streak? Did you address it, or just let it take its course, trusting the guys are going to start improving the play? Or
You said OU or Oklahoma State, OSU?
When you had that midseason flat, when you had the January flat spot after,
yeah. After we lost, after we were on the road and we pretty much took a beat down at OSU, I feel like in the locker room after that game, I was like just chewing guys out. Like if we want to be a serious team, we can't have games like that. And I didn't have a great game, and nobody really did, and we just all had to own up to it, and had to come back at practice and get better. And I feel like we've just been taking everything a lot more serious. We had a couple slip ups since then, but I feel like we've just been making better strides to be better.
When you look back at your time here at Kansas, what will you remember most?
What will I remember most? I feel like the things I cherish the most has been probably just being able to make great friends with my teammates here, guys I still talk to this day, and great memories with my coaches, like all the jokes we have, just stuff like that, off the court stuff. I feel like that's more memorable stuff to me, building relationships with people.
What'd you get your degree in, and are you doing any graduate work at this point, or have you interest in?
I still got a couple. I'm still taking classes like business classes and like, but I got my degree in liberal arts, and I wanted to do something with kids when I'm done playing basketball. I wanted to like some kind of way I'd either be a part of an organization or start an organization for kids in Chicago so they could like get off the streets, find something to do after school, maybe like go play basketball or something, or some sports, like a little computer lab so they could do their homework. And I just been having ideas like maybe like take them on trips and stuff like that. So that's what my head is right now. But I still got some steps to go to do it.
Who will come to the game? A lot of relatives?
Just my family, my mom, my aunts, cousins, my brother.
Is your brother older than you?
No, I got two brothers. I got an older brother and a younger brother, and an older sister. And my younger brother, the only one that's coming to the game.
How old is he?
Well, he's 20 now? Maybe, yeah, 20.
He doesn't play basketball?
Nah, he don't play. He like the opposite of me. So, like, he just sit in the house, play video games all day, and I'm like the active one. So.
Anything else? Thanks, Jamar.
All right.
Thanks, Jamar.
Thanks.
We don't make up. Take one more.
Otherwise we will.